So here I am again. And let's see. Hold on. Yeah. It's not. Oh, too bright. I can see clearly now. That's gonna be copyright. Yeah, go figure. Oh, the joys of having sensitive eyes. But anyway, I kind of figure. Hello, Lissy. I kind of figured that something just hit me in the back of the head, not literally, about having the yeah, it could be better, but still standing. But apart, something hit me in the back of the head, not literally, but uh, about going into the idea of how something is dark or something is part of the dark or darkness is always evil, always bad, is always painful, is always meant to cause harm, and that's all it's about. So I just went like, okay, let's go with it. Well, pretty much all that I'm going to say, at least for my viewpoint and my experience so far. Um, I still have my reason to, even if it's. How do I put this nicely? I still have my reason to, even if it tried to misdirect me and, have me believe something is no way possible. And like, sorry, not buying it. But anyway, back to the lovely topic at hand. Hopefully that wasn't my dog being obnoxious again. So let's see. So usually with the dark and the darkness and all of that, usually when somebody says, "Oh, that person and what their energy is like or what they are about or whatever," it's so dark. Ooh, for goodness sakes. The thing is taking it, taking a step back from that and keeping this in mind. What is actually like up in space? What holds the planets in the spot where they're at? Same with the planets' moons, the asteroids, and the sun, and all that. What's essentially surrounding all of them? And before somebody says, well, there's a lot of stars and stuff like that. Okay, then what's also surrounding them? The dark. And honestly, when it comes to the dark, don't know how to tell you this, but the dark kind of is more vast than the light. There is way more darkness, way more in shadow than there is in light. And like how the stereotypical like light versus dark or like how light always prevails. Well, the thing is, light can only emit so far. but then the dark, encases it and holds it. So even though the light can actually meet the dark, and in between is twilight or the Mercurian technical element of that, like the planet Mercury, not like literally like in between light and dark. We found some Mercury. Careful, it's poisonous. Not that kind of Mercury. But you need the dark because, for one, the dark. That's where your intuition comes from. That's how you can use your sense of feeling the environment around you. The darkness is also, believe it or not, here comes a big dropper. It actually holds everything you want in it. Everything you desire is in the dark. I'll say it one more time. For the people in the back and, the one guy that won't stick it and listen. Everything that you want is in the dark. All you have to do is say that it's there and it will come out. All the darkness is just a void that has everything that you want in there. And whatever you say is in there is what comes out. So why be afraid of something so giving? If it only wants to keep giving you what you want and what you say that you're going to get or what's in there, it's only doing what you want it to do. So why be afraid of it? And that was next to actually said that quote to me in a meditative reflection state. And it's true. See without your eyes, and then that's when you can see everything. Because without eyes, you have to rely on your sense of feel and your intuition is heightened. And some people do believe that because when somebody works with the dark more, that they tend to be more evil or malefic. And that's a stereotype. Because the thing is, with the dark, you can cause damage, of course. But with light, you can do the same thing too. With too much light, you can actually either one, overblow yourself to make you think that you're metaphorically on fire and you're quote unquote hot stuff, which reality not really, because everybody's gonna kick the bucket the same way. So nobody's better than anybody else. So sorry, cupcake. Handle your fallen and broken, crumbled cupcake and deal with it. And then the same thing with the dark, though. You can have too much darkness that you may actually not be able to see things as they are. But the thing is, but you need to have the dark alongside the light. Because the dark actually is what's holding everything that you can't see from the light's emission. Because without it, you ain't gonna have a good time. And also, some people with them would also tie in, well, what about black magic? Isn't that like evil too? Because that's like dark magic. Now, there's so many things that black magic can be referred to. Number one, people refer what's black magic to what the African tribes practice. That's one. Or those who were enslaved and brought over from Africa, the magic they practice, they consider that one black. If before somebody said it's racist, saying a fact and how it is isn't racist. So, woohoo, piss it. Another one. This was the stereotype. Black magic is always meant to cause harm, is always painful and does damage and hurts people. It can do that, but that's not the core of it. Mm-mm. The third kind, and this is actually what black magic actually is. It is the magic to better the self and improve the self. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Black magic is any kind of magic that actually benefits you in some way, shape, or form. Hi, Kayla. If it's for your benefit, it's black. If part of your benefit is actually to hex somebody for whatever reason you deem fit, like say for example they were being a two-time twat and you hex them and all of a sudden now they have chlamydia. Well, whoops. There's the karma, and sometimes you have to sometimes you have to be that person's karma to give them the good. Stop being stupid. Sometimes you might have to do it. I've done it many times. Sometimes I kind of still do. And then here comes the other side of it, being like, well, what about white magic? Isn't it always good and blessing? Not all the time. Pretty much the best way to look at white magic is this. White magic is essentially you're taking your energy and you're either one, offering it to a divine or a spirit, or two, you taking your own energy and you're giving it to some other being on the 3D. Like a healing from you to them. That's white. Because white requires sacrifice. And a lot of people are going to look at me like, well, they can defeat the purpose of white magic for healing. Then you're still healing, but if you're to heal somebody with black magic in that way, in that regard, you actually using something like doing a banishing on, like say somebody has like a cold or a flu. Believe it or not, you can use exorcism to drive out a flu and a sickness. But I thought that was only meant for like things possessing you and spirits possessing you and causing harm to you and taking over people and making them do stupid things. No. Same thing with a banishing. You can banish a sickness, you can banish an affliction, you can exorcise, by exercise meaning that, drive out. Not like actually, get somebody's common cold that they have and tell it, drop and give it 50. No, not that kind of exercise. Either way, you still can tell it to piss it. Because in all reality, like again, going over back many moons ago to the art of bamboozling of mine. The rule is if you can acknowledge it and if you know it exists, you can target it. And if you can target it, you can affect it and influence it. But will you? I don't know. I'm not you. I don't know what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. I know what I am and what I'm not able to. That depends on you. But you can target and potentially affect something. Will it work? That's on you. So, let's say, for an example, grandmother has an illness of some kind, and she's not doing too well. You literally can actually make a name sigil. And it can be something as simple as the sickness afflicting my grandmother. Make a name sigil out of it. Activate it. And then pretty much you can just do any kind of normal banishing exercise, or if you really want to be nasty, you can actually do a death working on it. Death? But I don't think. No, you don't want to use death magic on that. It might kill her. No. If you know how to aim and target what you're targeting, you're not even going to affect her. because your focus is going onto one thing, the affliction, not her. You just got to specify. Because if you don't, there's that risk. In a way, you can say that having your intentions in a cult focus and like pretty much what you're doing or working for or magical intent, it's like making a computer program or robotics program, which requires a lot of deductive reasoning and kind of making it pretty much like if you're explaining it to someone who doesn't even know a single word. They can't speak English, they don't know what any word means. So you pretty much have to define everything. Define every word, like for example, bend. What's bend? Wrist here, this wrist, when it goes like this. What's this? Going up. What's up? What's down? That's how robotics is. And I took that in high school. I enjoyed the class, but the final, I had to make a. Everybody had to make a programming for a robot to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And you're probably thinking, that doesn't sound hard. Oh, you know, don't know nothing. Because what the instructor actually did, he told us just make the programming and just write it all out. The first probably 20 pages, at least front and back, was all defining what each word meant, like step, insert, twist, yep, twist, kneel, stand, sit, wave, speak, grab, twist, glide left, glide right, and also even defining what the bread is, what the peanut butter is. Robotics. Robotics. Even defining what the peanut butter is, the jelly, a key. You're probably thinking, why a key? Because simple. If your program did not actually have the ability to understand that, oh, this drawer is locked and it has the peanut butter in there, and I need that. I don't know what to do. That's when you fail. Because you can't go any farther because one of your components is locked. And you haven't put it in there saying that what happens if the drawer is locked and you need to get the key or to open it. It's not in there, so pretty much your robot just sits there in an infinite loop of like, I don't know what to do. And even at that, that robotics instructor, I mean, I loved his class too. What he would do purposely, like if somebody was actually like pretty much doing their programming for their final, and randomly too. Sometimes he would just kick a chair out right in front of the person doing like their exam, going through all the steps. And if that person did not have in their coding on what to do if a chair gets in the way or a person gets in the way, stuck in a loop. Don't know what to do and it's stuck. Altogether, it took forward and backwards, left, right, side, diagonal. Mm-hmm. Because you have to look at it this way. You have to start as if this intelligence has nothing in it. It's just blank. Because if you say jump, what's jump? It was, well, pretty much. Think of it like this. It was kind of like a final take-home exam, but the thing is that it all had to be handwritten. It all had to be handwritten, not typed. I don't know if you just saw that. Yes, I know. I know you're here, Cupcake. But yeah. Yep, had to write it all out. Everybody had to write it out. Not even type it. The point being is that, well, for one, I'm like trying to recall it all, and I just keep remembering. No, just like regular English. Like pretty much, you had to, as long as it made the sandwich and if it had the definitions and the robot knew what it was supposed to do, and if it at least made it through to the point where the bread got jellied and buttered, peanut butter, that's it. I mean, to be technical, as long as you got the peanut butter and jelly on one side of the bread, close enough. Even though it's just, you know, cold bread with jelly and peanut butter. I mean, I enjoyed that class and I'm really glad I took it, even though I detest robotics because for that reason. But the thing is that the main thing that that class taught was deductive reasoning. And deductive reasoning goes somewhat like so. If this, then becomes this, then that, then so be this, then maybe this, then perhaps if that doesn't work, then this. And pretty much, let's see here. The art of bamboozling pretty much is you're being faced with something. If you're against this, then go towards it this way. Not an option, then go this way. And if this plays out like this, then therefore go at it this way, then that way. That's deductive reasoning. That's part of the alchemical process too. So yeah, if I can really thank my robotics teacher for indirectly giving me the good foundation to, you know, come up with the idea of the art of bamboozling stuff. And actually, speaking of that, there's a type of a computer software or program. I'm trying to remember what it's called. That pretty DOS. Yeah, that old thing. Did you happen to know with the DOS system, it's like near impossible for hackers to even break it. But why though? Simple. It's so old that it can't really do much. Yeah, the DOS system. DOS, DOS, I think. My first job actually had that type of computer system. It's really difficult to hack because, well, for one, it's so old, and the best way to actually combat, you know, hackers in the future is instead of progressing, because as soon as you progress, they're going to adapt. Instead of going forward, go all the way back to the beginning. Good luck hacking that, because at that point you're putting it to the state where it's just so simple, like pretty much nothing fancy, it's just A or B. I'm going to hack into this. Okay, what's your username? What's the password? Oh, I'm going to put this program in it. Does not compute. What do you mean does not compute? Error, cannot read. Like error message, it can't read the file or read the program trying to be activated. Okay. Well, I think this was I think it was part of Windows, but I can't really remember. But yeah, um, the good thing about that is that it's like really difficult to even hack because it's just so basic and so level one, like day one, that it just knows username, password. Cannot read file, like, for example, saying cannot read file C slash slash hack. It can't read it because it just doesn't know what it is. So old, it wasn't programmed to even translate and understand it. So, oops. But that's not my business. What do I know? Oh, and another thing too. I wonder also. I wonder why. Oh why? Oh why? Oh why? I wonder why. I wonder why there hasn't been a lot of like, oh, we're having the next generation of nukes being tested. Okay, we're testing out the new generation of nukes, huh? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Point being, it's like, really? You're testing these big boom boom laroos that could actually come our way and Europe. You're testing them, like test launching. Okay. I don't know about you, but for me, oh, what you doing? Oh, you're testing those kind of weapons, huh? No, 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 no. You're not going to do that. No, no, no. Mm-mm. No, you don't need that. Nope. Mm-mm. Sorry. We don't need to have that happening because the thing is like, really? Can we get offered? Yep. If you look in the recent news, you see that, oh, they're being test launched or believed to be. And the whole thing is like the minute that the threat was there, they said, if you do not stop, interfering, we will nuke you or bring in nuclear weapons. Oh, really? So guess what? Right there, good enough for me. No, nope. At least for me. Because the thing is, if you're going to be throwing a big hissy fit about there being opposition and pushback from you invading a different country, and you're claiming that they're Nazi infested. No, because ironically, calling the Ukrainian people that really well, who's the one that's acting like some trying to find the most accurate word. Who is the one that's actually having his army act barbaric and just sick? Oops. Don't look at me. But I mean, but whatever you say, Putin, because there's so many lives and so many innocent people and so much damage done to the history there. And believe it or not, Putin, you're kind of killing your own people indirectly in a way. Fail! Like, fail. We want to eradicate the Nazis. Okay, here, let me help. Oops. Don't look at me. I was following orders, and I mean, at least for me, I don't want to go to jail for being defiant. So, okay, here, let me help you. Whoops. I was only following orders. He said to take out all the Nazis. Okay. Whoops. I was like, Putin has become Putin. It's funny, okay? Laugh at that. Mm-hmm. Which actually, that reminds me. What area is me iPad? Oh, me leg. I'm getting off for this crap, you know that? Perfect. Oh, and sometime I'm not gonna do it tonight. It's too late. I'm also gonna be putting my hair back to black because usually when my hair is black, things tend to be just so much easier, better. So yes, what is your question, Caleb? What is your question? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. You can. Mm-hmm. Well, it's quite simple, really. The best thing to do, actually, instead of the best way to actually have something piss off and leave you alone is actually you don't even do anything to it. You actually pretty much booby trap it or you trick it. Because the thing is that this being or thing is being a nuisance to you, simple. It's very simple. This thing only knows that it wants to keep bothering you and just being a pain in the tush. Okay. All you really need to do. Where is a over here? Now do it go all the way over here. Whatever this. And a piece of that wood. So, let's see here. You have let's just call this obnoxious thing fanboy. So essentially, what you would do, just write out the thing's name, or what you're going to call this thing that's bothering you. In this case, I don't know if the light's going to pick it up, but they already got fanboy there. So what about fanboy? Simple. Where this where this be fanboy trying to think of a good rhyme if possible. Oh, this is going to be so bad. Where this bee will. This is going to sound so dark, but let's go with it. Will make lead yeah. Where this bee where this bee becomes lethal. Yeah, that one's much better. I'm not really good with the rhyming, but anyway. So we have where this bee becomes lethal to fanboy. So now you make a simple out of it. So let's do it this way, and you just do your regular sigil making. So we got that letter, then we got that one, then we got that one, got that one, then that one. There, that. We have an F and a Y. Okay. So yeah, now you just make things. So let's go. No, because the thing is that being that's bothering you, more than likely, it's a man-made thing, and it's programmed to only do one thing: bother you and just be a nuisance. That's all it knows what to do. It only knows what it's told to do. Bother her. Okay. It's going to keep bothering, because that's all it knows what to do. But here comes the twist. Wherever this thing is going to be placed on, even on yourself, the minute it comes to you, it's going to severely harm it. Like make it like instant contact or getting close to you can like take it out. Mm-hmm. And the best part of it all is that this being is not even going to know what that is because it's not programmed to comprehend it. It just knows bother you. That. We got that. We got that. go on there. And let's have this go. That. Here we go. Same thing. Because whatever you declare this being to be, or what this thing is, because you can say, this thing that is been at me, whatever this thing that's targeting me or coming after me, this unknown thing, you're acknowledging it, then you're targeting it. Meaning, if you know it exists, and if you're able to comprehend it and acknowledge it, it exists. And everything that exists, you can target it and affect. So, anyway, so with this thing now. So then you would just simply activate this thing right there, whatever you deem fit for. And now whatever and whenever that thing then comes towards you or within your presence, if this is on you, it's still going to still come towards you, but it's going to be not doing so hot in the first few seconds. And it might just be eradicated just right there, then and there. Because this thing, this mark, has only the intention to, whenever that being comes around, this is going to cause lethal harm to it. That's all it does. It doesn't do anything else. It does not have any other purpose. Once it's touched or comes into contact, gone. And even if it comes and affects your aura, it's still a part of you. And if this is on your person, it's also on your aura. And that is sometimes how simple it can be. Or even one of my personal favorites. Say if somebody wants to even throw something at you or send a being after you to cause harm to you. Or even putting a simple hex on you. I'm gonna hex you. No, I can't accept your hex. You know what? You can keep it instead. I can't accept it. I'm flattered. No, you keep it. You shouldn't have, but you can keep it. Thank you, though. Because the idea is this. If somebody is trying to give you something, like a gift, do you have to accept it? And by saying you have to, don't be having the idea of being, morally nice and accepting a gift even though you don't want it. You decide, do you want the gift or not? No? You just say, I can't accept it. And you don't have to take it. Same thing with energy and any kind of working being put up. Nope. Not at all. Someone throws or even better, one of my favorites. Somebody throws a generational curse at you. I can't, no, you keep it. Nope, you can keep it still. Flatter, but you deserve, you're more worthy of it. You can keep it. Thank you, though. Just flipped it. And it doesn't matter who is the one that put it out there. They're trying to give you this malefic and harmful energy. You don't have to take it. You don't have to. The minute that you're believing or you're seeming to have the impression that you were cursed, as soon as you start accepting it, saying, this person cursed me, oh no, you said yes to it. Just, nope, not feeling it. And what I love to do, this is so bad. For an example, like say like that time when that twathead was like sending me all those weird messages and trying to give me death threats and all that, and how literally I was like so like making a joke out of it, like, oh, Cupcake, come on now. No, honey, don't do that. Besides, why would Lilith make herself look like a pin cushion? No. And I don't know how to tell you this, son. I don't think she would be fond of a guy that looks like Peter Griffin in real life. Sorry, I don't think she wants that. Mm-mm. And, Reptilian Army, huh? I'm pretty shocked that, actually, to be kind of more accurate, Reptilian, no, probably most likely the Nagas would be more aligned with Lilith and reptiles and Reptilian. That's none of my business. And yes, you do not have to accept anything anyone is trying to hit you with, put on you, or do anything to you. You don't have to accept it. And in fact, you can decline it and then just say you can keep it. So now, what they're trying to give you, you put it right back in their hand, and now they're stuck with it. So yeah, they're trying to throw it. Nope, you keep it. You give it right back to them. Have a try. But that's really like you're really having to use mental alchemy and spiritual alchemy, and also the alchemy that is more of the mind. And if you can do that, well, you can literally sidestep nearly almost everything. But there are some things that you kind of cannot. And some of those things, I've mentioned one before, but because of now how crazy the world is getting, I don't think I'm going to repeat it. But yes, there is a way to actually afflict something to someone in a way that it cannot be blocked. Protections cannot stop it. There's no way to get away from it. Because as soon as you have it all set up and you have finished it, and as soon as you activate it, it takes hold so fast, goes through protections. And actually, scratch that. It doesn't go outward, it actually goes from the inward outward instead. Completely bypasses the protection because it doesn't even go anywhere near it. It does it the reverse. And it stays like that. Unless, if one, the person removes it, or two, the actual individual goes into their spirit body, soul body, and pretty much like severs that part off, which is extremely painful. Very painful. I would plea that nobody ever do that. Because that's seriously going to leave a mark. And it's not going to be something pleasant and easy to take. It's going to be excruciating and painful to her that. Mm-hmm. I think you've heard me talk about it before, Caleb. But then again, you're always here, so yeah. Lovely love. And let's see what else is new around. I've also been also contemplated on actually approaching Kali. Yeah, the Hindu goddess Kali. And if you have Mula Nakshatra, I know that's one of them. Jaisha is another one. I'm trying to remember what's another one. I think I could be wrong. Possibly Slaisha, maybe. And I'm trying to remember the other one. Maybe Dinesh, maybe, but I'm not sure. But if you have those nakshatras, potentially, and again, like I say before, potentially, that's like my favorite word when I discuss these things. Potentially, those are the nakshatras Kali will be very apparent to you, or more likely to. Yeah, you get the idea. Because I have Mula with my Rahu there, and yeah, so I'm gonna see how that encounter goes. Pluto Gene- Indonesia, was that it? H-A-N, done, A-A-S-T-I-A, Danishta, I believe, but it is a Mars nakshatra in Capricorn and Aquarius, symbolized by the fruit, the beating drums. It's actually a nakshatra that's all about beating at your own drum and doing your own thing. But it's also one of the nakshatras of Lakshmi. And if you have Venus in that nakshatra, that was rude. Don't shake my window. What did I just say? Thank you. Anyway, if you have Venus in there, and I've seen this happen in front of my face over and over and over again. Oh, Jeshta. Yeah. I thought you were also saying Dineshta. Now, Jeshta, yeah, that's how it is. But for Dineshta, mine has Venus in there in his Navamsha. And I can tell you firsthand. If Venus is in there, significant other is not weak. And strong character and does not take BS. Like, if there's some kind of stupid shenanigans going on or some kind of stupidity, intentional stupidity. Hello, Jabrail. Like going behind their back or doing something just horrible. A Venus Dinesha, and specifically in the Navamsha chart, that's now the chart of marriage and Venus being the spouse figure in Dinesha. You better not be having affairs because this Venus in Dinesha will tear you to shreds. And not only that, Venus there actually gets given the title Lakshmi. So a spouse figure becomes your source of wealth, of any kind of wealth, knowledge, financial, literally anything. They're your source of source of wealth for everything. You mistreat them, abuse them, neglect them, lie to them. Pretty much don't keep your word, cheat, act banefully, and abuse. The wealth gets ripped away, taken away, and it stays away unless you go and fix it. But when you take but when you take care of the spouse, when you respect them and you do your best sincerely, wealth in every aspect goes up. And I have to say, when things were good and there was at least an effort to try, things improved. And the times when it went down, and all I could say is try to say, hey, don't whiff it. Don't whiff it. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up, cupcake. because let me see if I. Oh, I think I don't have it. There we go. Second pot of. Hold that note. That's just creepy. Because Kayla, that's exactly the same degree where mine has his moon, a 22nd degree, pot of two. Anyway, let's scooch ahead. But yes, try to warn. Hey, take care of your. Whoops, backwards. Try to warn. Take care. Take care of spouse figure, and hopefully the light will not mess it up. Just so that way for reference. Okay, let's see. Yep, there's my name at the top over there. And then there's his name right there. And also for Navamsha to be active, that counts. Well, this is pretty much the receipt of the license, marriage license. And technically that is a legal document and it counts. And just because I don't have the physical license in hand, there's receipt of it. It's on record. So it counts. Good enough. So don't whiff it. Try to warn. But when it happened, uh-oh. And every time I'm like, don't do it, dude. You're gonna wish you didn't. Three, two, one. And I mean, it's just sometimes I just think to myself, sometimes why in the heck? I think, instead of actually listening, I think he just likes having my voice just come out of my mouth. Just listening to how it sounds instead of what's being said. I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's just I don't like hearing myself talk and speak about nothing. Hold on, give me a second. Give me this second. I'm back. I don't get me wrong. Literally, to be completely upfront, love him to death, and I could not imagine my life without him. Just I'm not stupid. I'm not new here. I love food abroad. People amaze me sometimes. And by sometimes, meaning, eh. Oh, so yeah, like so so essentially K2 in Sagittarius and Mula, he actually owns that. K2 owns he actually owns the Nakshatra of Mula, which is symbolized by the lion's tail. Oh god. Yuck. Just yeah, that mm-mm. I'd rather Charles not come back. Stay full away. As far away as possible. Ugh. People drive me bonkers. No, it's just I'm just looking what what people are deciding to do for whatever reason, and I'm just dumbfounded to be honest. No, it's just stuff like um, no, you dimwit. Yeah, totally. It's probably most likely going to be tomorrow night because it's too late and I'm just, ugh. Just like the past few days have just been both unnecessary and why. Just like why. Because don't get me wrong. I can understand stress, but the thing is, nothing has to be, said that's just completely like not full of me, essentially. Not new here, and no. See here. It's indigo black. Yep, and I use that color a lot too. Apparently, somebody gave me God's whisper. No, thank you. I don't want to go deaf. Could have fooled me there, but it was not very effective. If effective. Now, here's another thing I don't get. And I mean, I'm not complaining about it because it's just like, um, it would make no sense for me to even complain about it, but it's just making me think, so bad, so horrible, but who cares? Now, would somebody be so kind to tell me whose idea was it to start this kind of a trend? And I mean, I'm not complaining either because, I would hit this one with a stick and put him behind me in the closet, you know, when the time's right, just, but it's just like, Whose idea was it to come up with stuff like this? Wait. Oh, no wonder his brightness is up. Whose idea was it to come up with some stuff like this? Cupcake. Come on now. Work. Like, whose idea was it to come up with stuff like this? It's like, are you taunting me? Like, just for some reason now we're dancing all crazy like that. And I'm going to see if I can find one. Because every time when I see anything going like this, it it makes me just go, "You're taunting me, aren't you guys? You're taunting me. You're you're asking for trouble. Trust me." It's like, okay, if you guys are really, really, really want to test me with this thing, trust me, those guys are don't even know that this thing probably will knock them out. Be like, okay, into the closet and going in the hang. Don't escape, because if you try to escape, well, it's a good thing everything's booby trapped around here. See if I can find one. And I watch, me. Really? Just very random noises. Hopefully, it won't do it again. Oh, for bloody heck! Come on, there has to be one somewhere. Okay, well that one wasn't. That one was not even close to being suggested. That was just like meh. Where the heck are the ones that actually have, just like, whoa, careful below the waist there. You almost hit me in the face with it. Yeah, that crazy. Oh, God. It probably might take me 3,000 years to find it, but where there's a will, there's a way. Oh, wait. Uh huh. Now the fun part actually find one that actually, makes it like, oh, hello, okay. See. I'm just trying to find one that makes me go, okay. That's like not hinting at anything. Hmm. Nope. I'm just going to find the one that says it all. It might take some time. And how come? Okay, I was just going to say, how come there's? Okay, I think I found it. I think I have found it. Now, I'm going to assume I didn't just see what I just saw, because like, holy snap! Well, you might as well try and hand me your fresh sausage link through the phone screen. Like, I'm like, careful now. Some people might bite in response. Okay, so now, okay, here we go. Oh God, just it doesn't pause. Okay, well anyway, so be prepared. Here we go. Cause look at this. Now, whose idea was that? Whose idea was it to make dance moves like that? Just taking the crotch and the front waist and just. It's like, good Lord, Lanta, if I was to move like that, I'd probably break my hip or throw my hip out. And take it from me, I'm actually very flexible, and I can actually move like that. But at that rate, it's just like he's probably gonna kill someone moving like that. Like, good God. And I hope these somebody saw that, because it's just like I don't even know if I can find anything like, oh, never mind, there it is. But I mean, I will give credit. Well, before I broke my heel, You could say I kind of did, but ever since I broke my left heel, somewhat kind of dancing, been a bit afraid to do so. And knowing me, I probably would land on my face. And funny enough, too, mine actually taught me how to do um, back in the day, all the way down. Yep, the front and the back, like the splits this way and the splits that way. Yeah, but mine actually taught me how to do like grave shuffling. And yeah, I mean it is what it is, but I swear to God, now everything that's not popping up on my Instagram feed. And Jabril, I know I have your message too. I haven't neglected it. I just haven't looked on Instagram in a while. Ah, what in the bloody? Oh, and another thing. Another thing. How come and I have noticed this too many times. How come when I scroll through my Instagram feed, ugh, the same guy literally floods the what's it called again? Oh yeah, floods the explore page. Like every 1 to 3 pictures is the same guy. It's like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Pretty much close to a minute. I've seen the same person 30 times, which is like one. Oh, now there's 31, 32, 33. Some of the posts were the same thing too. The computer is trying to say this is my type. Okay, let's see. Um, Let me see. It's like now, as soon as you say that, now I can't find an image of him. No, it's nowhere. What the heck, dude? Failure. There we go. So anyway, so computer. Well, computer. These two tried, but one problem though. I don't like I don't like people that are obnoxious in a way. So this is kind of obnoxious because it's just like the same thing all over the place. It's like the notice me. No. So computer, can you just stop trying to shove this one individual in my face, please? Critically fail. And just like that, now there's seven posts of him in a row again. Never mind, now there's 8, 9, 10. Oh, look, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And it's even more annoying, too, that all of these accounts, they all link to one. And they're all different Instagram accounts. So it's like spam posting all of it. It's like, okay. By the way, not really that impressive. Maybe catch my drift. Oh, that's going to swell up. Great. Yeah. As like, it's linking like, this is my backup. Here's my other backup. Here's this one. Here's that one's like cupcake. Enough. It's like oversaturating it. Oh, nearly. Trying to find my other side. Where'd it go? God. What? I'm only 5'5". I might even be 5'4" ish. Not really that tall. Hmm. Oh God, please no. What the bloody? Yeah, actually, like grandfather squeezing that thing. God. I thought this thing was gone, but oh well. Oh, to put it nicely, something. Imagine that's something. Someone who's like, "Oh, you doing anything tonight?" Yeah. Yeah, I am. Oh, like what tonight? Trying to stay as far away from you as possible. And I did say that to him because literally, first message in is just like, "Oh, expired sausage. Don't want it." I like my, meat not to have, cobwebs on it and being coming gangrene. Expired? No, thank you. Hmm. I know that might have sounded a little bit mean, but still.
Now, let's take a look at him. There you are. Wow. Wow. There's no light anymore. Stupid man thing.
Oh, oh wait. There you go. Peach uses Peach uses backhand. It's super effective.
Let me have it. Let me have it. Let me have it.
I also like how like in the beginning like as you go down my Instagram feed, it's just like not as funny as it is now. Like here's another one that I chuckle at. Find it. Where is it?
I'm on top of the world. Oh, that's a shame.
Derek Carden in a
I'm on
nutshell.
top of the world. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, the tower card.
I'm on top of the world. Someone's hit the road for this.
Or this one other time I got charged newborn collection. It's like the people.
I'm making this video
Oh, okay. I don't care.
to share with you an app that I can.
You're making this video to not give me and show me nothing. So toodaloo. Boo-doo-doo. You know, to be completely honest, I never really understood candles that are shaped like man parts. But then again, a part of me is just telling myself, I might need to use one. Specifically a black one. And use some of, some Man Dominator, Bend Over, and there's another oil blend that I'm trying to think about. Oh, in Tranquil Oil. Having the in Tranquil Spirit get involved in it. Oh boy. If that imagine having that. That would be so bad though. Like having the in Tranquil. Did any of you happen to know what the in Tranquil Spirit spell or working is in the first place? Because if you don't, I'd be more than happy to explain it to you. And it's a hoodoo style, by the way. Essentially, the Tranquil Spirit is actually when you actually have usually it's a passed on, like a dead person, who either one died a horrible death and their tragedy was so intense that their being didn't cross over, so it's stuck wandering the earth. That's one. Two, essentially they did not want to cross over, or 3, they kind of were thrown out of their paradise. So they're stuck wandering this earth indefinitely. But what it is, depending on who you get, because it's always a random one that you call, unless if you specifically graduate towards a past on that, they have them do it for you. Essentially, what the ritual does is that you call out to one of them. Again, it's like Russian roulette kind of. And then when you do the work and have them come towards you, you give them the order who they're going to torment to come back to you. And yeah, until they come back, they will not stop tormenting the person that you point them to. So they will keep tormenting them and tormenting them and tormenting them, causing havoc, ruining as much as possible till they come back. But there's also instances where they don't stop. They just keep going and going and going. hmm But also, mainly that was actually put into place because of having straying ex-lovers or a straying lover or two-time and twice head of a husband going behind the person's back. Yeah, it's kind of like a get your back here, and it's not nice. But not only that too, it can have also have been used to sick on somebody who deserves it. That's what the intranquil spirit is. And have I done it before? Yes, I have. And it's also, believe it or not, one of the first spells I've ever one of the first spells I've done. Many moons ago, back when I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but hold my beer, watch this. And it kind of went a little too good. By too good is like, wow, tragedy struck the next day. Good. Fast. Some of these things people are just like, I have not actually. I might take my leave here because yeah, I'm just need to think about this episode. I'll be back on tomorrow.